Welcome back, everybody that's returning. Those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. Calling in high vibrations. My name is ASTRAEA Love, and I'm going to do a psychic reading for you guys today. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a good day or evening or night whenever you get to watching this reading. All right, so we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that they can be with us now. We're also calling upon our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, including our ancestors, and we're asking that they can be with us now. And we're calling upon our spirit guides, our guardian angels, Jesus Christ, and of course the Most High God, and just asking that all of them surround us with love and with light. And we ask that they put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative influence or interference. And we also invoke and evoke the circle, the sword, the blue flame, the will of God, the legions of ASTRAEA and Michael into this reading and to every other, to cleanse the energy and detach us from anything that is negative. We thank you, God, for all that you do for us. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. All glory, honor, worship, and praise goes to God. Oh, I love this. On this platform. I got this deck at the dollar store and is like seriously worth $1. Okay, so we're gonna use that one. So thank you, God, for everything that you do. Thank you for all the miracles that you do. If you guys would like to tip or donate, there are links in the chat. If any of you have any personal questions and you need those addressed, you can send me a $20 PayPal or a $20 Cash App. And once that's gone through, then I will pause the collective reading that I'm doing for everybody, and I will use a different deck of cards to pull cards on your situation or your question. Okay, so that's the way that I'm making myself available. All the info is in the chat, but just know that if you don't have money to donate, that you can donate with a like, a thumbs up. All of that stuff really helps us platform get to the people that it needs to get to. And that's kind of what I want, is for these messages to reach. Oh God, this is going to bug me. For these messages to reach the people that need to hear them and that are ready to really go through like a spiritual ascension and evolve. So I do always like talk about this book and I read from it. And so I'll probably at some point, read a little bit from this book. But I have the link to this in the chat as well. Okay, so that is also available. And I use this book, basically all the techniques in it, because I have psychic abilities. So the missing piece to like me being whole and being able to really discern things and figure things out on my own with like God was this book, the techniques in this book. Not only just the mind technique, but literally the meditation technique, all of it. And I had already been into creating energy balls, but I'm a Holy Fire Reiki master also. So like literally all the stuff, when I read this, I was like, oh my God, it really just helped me. And so I suggest that, because I have this book that's coming out soon, that's Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, Going Beyond Self-Doubt of Using Tarot When Learning to Pull Cards for Oneself. Okay, because obviously when you're pulling cards for yourself, it's hard to discern because you're so emotionally attached to it. So this book gives you a guide, and then it helps you, basically do spells with the major arcana cards with God and the higher Holy Spirit, higher forces, your higher power, basically. So anyways, and they're really easy little just manifestation techniques and like affirmations and stuff. So anyways, when that comes out, I will let you guys know. And that way, if I weren't to be here in the future and you guys needed to get advice, you could use this book to develop that intuitive asking, having a pendulum inside yourself, basically getting yes and no answers from source immediately. And then when you go through this book, if anything comes up, like this is a lot of knowledge that I've compiled here, like a freaking lot of it. So it will just help you when you're learning, if you're interested in learning tarot and learning to read for yourself, basically. Welcome in, fashionista. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or Sorry. Attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. This contract includes no copyright, no shadow banning, no gatekeeping, etc., etc. Just be on your best behavior. No bullying. Please don't bully me or anybody in the chat. Okay. So the message for today, and I thought that this message was actually funny. Oh yeah, make sure you guys like the video. That really helps. I thought that this message was actually funny when it came through, because it came through as like, these people have forgotten basically what they're fighting for. And there's this song that kept going through my head that was like saying that line, we've forgotten what we're fighting for. I don't know who sings it, but it kept going through my head. And when it comes to trying to block you from somebody or something, these people have been doing this for so long that they literally have forgotten why they were even doing it in the first place. They're like, wait, why are we even doing this? What is the point? I agree. What is the point? You know, you're dealing with crazy people when you see somebody do the same shit over and over again and get the same type of reaction. Like it's just like banging your head against a wall over and over again and knowing that it's going to hurt when you bang your head against the wall, but doing it anyways. That's the energy that I get from these people. So some of these people, maybe they could be Capricorns or Tauruses. Maybe they could be very headstrong people, you know. Delulu is at best, literally. It's so true. So we have Philippians 4:7, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. That's just reminding you that when you tap into Christ consciousness, you are accessing these higher light codes that enable your being to be energetically connect with source, to energetically connect into that. And what we call it in the book, and what I've experienced it to be, is an infinite field of love, joy, and peace. That is what God feels like, you know. Yeah, don't let people destroy your peace. And you can access peace through going through Christ consciousness. That's one of the way. But there's other ways too. You know, there's also Krishna consciousness. There's also other types of consciousnesses out there. So yeah, hold on. Let me get rid of this person that's saying hypocrite. I don't know what the fuck. I totally said no bullying. I said it. I warn people. Then when they fuck around and find out, they fuck around and find out. It's not really anything that I can do about that. And that really has nothing to do. You guys have to understand, when people bully you and they act really weird, it's not anything that they have against you. It's something they have against God. Either these people don't believe in God, or they don't like God, or they are bothered that you are connected to God, basically. People are weird. So anyways, it says pick a card from the Cosmic Oracle, which I think is, I was laughing because I was getting that this person was so convinced that they were going to decide to change your mind on something that they literally confused themselves. Like, somebody could want you to walk away from something, aka person, place, said thing. Like, somebody could literally just want you to walk away. The thing is that when you're in your calling, when you're doing what God has asked you to do, what you're required to do, and it's not even that you're required to do it, but we all have gifts and abilities. Everybody has a different talent. Some people are good at like handyman stuff. Some people are good at art. Some people are good at singing. We all have different abilities. But it's what we do with those abilities. How are we going to use those abilities to help inspire ourselves and inspire the world, and to make this place just a little bit better? We don't have to save the world, but if each and every one of us contributes a little bit of positivity, literally, nothing bad is going to happen. So I can guarantee that. And somebody has been doing something to try to block money and finances from coming in, and they don't understand that your pennies come from heaven. Your money does not rely on the physical world. Yes, it comes through physical avenues. Thank you, Fashionista, through people. And if any of you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 payment to my PayPal or Cash App, and I'll pause the collective reading and use another deck of cards on whatever your question is. And I also work with another psychic that happens to usually be online sometimes, that I always connect with as well, because we see the same type of stuff. We have the same understanding. So interestingly enough, this person felt like they were going to change your heart, the way that you view things through your heart space. That's a pretty big, That's a pretty big goal to have when it comes to controlling somebody else. I got to be honest with that. That's probably almost impossible to do. It's akin to like trying to force someone to fall in love with you. It's an illusion. One, you guys are seeing through something. You guys could be dealing with a fire sign, or you could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There could be a fire sign that's a gold digger. So I know that somebody's coming in because they want to be attached to your lucky charms. Somebody is like literally wanting good juju to come to them. They want to be protected. This person wants to be defended, but they're not going to tell you what they were behind the scenes trying to do to you, because they would have to admit that they're wrong. And you're dealing with somebody that's a narc. Yeah, you're being told to move on from this person, or you are this fire sign that is moving on from somebody. This is why using your discernment is important, obviously, to figure out where the situation is. And the good thing about these readings is that you can watch all of the readings and get a different piece of it will be for you. So they're like Easter eggs to your own spiritual awakening, basically. So it says someone is unavailable, waste of time, it's over. So somebody could have literally wasted your time. I feel like you were around somebody for too long that was being a sneaky liar face. That's what I'm kind of picking up. Is this person, they never really had your best interest at heart, but they really wanted to dominate and control you and your energy. And that's what I'm literally picking up is dominate. I keep hearing domination and control. So it could be something sexual. I was picking up a sexual energy at first, but this person is very dominant. They want to dominate. Like that's literally the energy that I'm getting from them. Okay, you could have had another pulsable other lifetime with this person. Okay, there could be something in the Akashic records that needs to be healed, because it seems to me like this person is trying to jump onto your timeline. They're from a past timeline. This person is either from the past or they're from another lifetime. This person could be a family member. They could be connected to a family member. Again, it would make sense if it was actually a family member, somebody connected to your family, because this person's been they've been fighting for a long time, to either have you behave a certain type of way, or it could be that one of these people could have been, interested in what your destiny holds. That's kind of what I'm hearing. If somebody has a very competitive brother is what I'm feeling for some of you, and for some of you, you don't even have siblings, but this could be a different family member. I really should add aunts and uncles onto this card. Okay, so it could be a spouse or an ex-spouse, right? I'm going to put aunt next to sister and uncle next to brother. Okay, so it could be an aunt or an uncle. Sometimes you will go through life and have family members that are whole witches and warlocks, and you won't even know. And then all of a sudden it'll click one day and you go, oh my God, they were warlocks and witches. For some of you, that is the case. For some of you, you're just dealing with people that are very manipulative. You know what I mean? Like just always wanting you to be, and when I see spouse, I feel like it's an ex-spouse, always wanting you to be something that you're not. I mean, that's an unrealistic goal, especially forcing somebody. If you left home or you left this, it could have been not even like your real family. It could be like, how people would grow up close to somebody and they would call them their cousin or their aunt. It could even be something like that. Somebody that you were very close to. Whoever this person is, they are like disturbed that you're getting a new beginning without them. I feel kind of sad for this person because they don't have a lot going on in their life. Okay. Compared to your life, this person's life does not look good. Like it's not looking good. All right. To be honest, somebody wants to come in and ask you to go on a honeymoon phase. This is why I feel like you have moved on from somebody that's a liar, first of all, in the past, that was always wanting to be in this love bombing energy. Yeah. This person, you could be an earth sign also, or they could be an earth sign. Somebody is very focused on your money. Earth signs are very grounded people. They're usually really able to like make money and be stable and stuff. And they're very expansive. But I'm getting kind of the energy of a ornery ass Capricorn. I feel like you guys may want to look and see where Taurus is at in your chart, because it may show you something about the work that you're doing. Look at this. The force of light is with you. Revealing your truth threatens them all. Let your light shine. Maybe some of you were abused as children. I'm so sorry if you went through that. This is your call to heal. And if this was abuse from another lifetime, so I have a past life deck that's from Doreen Virtue. Well, it's not from her, but it's one of her decks. And it works really, really good. I'm wondering if we should grab that. Because that's what I'm seeing is like, you could have had a past lifetime with one of these people in your family, and that needs to be resolved. But until we look at what that past lifetime is, this issue is you're going to miss the mark, basically, when it comes to healing. And no, you don't have to know what every issue is when it comes to healing, but this is a big issue. This could have been something with finances in the past. Okay. Because whatever this blockage is that somebody's trying to put in your way, it has to do with money. Does that make sense? It has to do with money. Transportation. Interesting. So you could have had a lifetime in the past where you had to like go get on a train and move to the Wild West. That's for some of you. For some of you, transportation was a part of your parents' career or something like that. So you were always traveling. So you could feel a certain type of way about transportation. I mean, I definitely feel like trains make me nervous, but again, it just, in my mind, it's like one of those little screws on the train. Look at leaving or travels, what I cut the deck on. And you could have had a farm life before. That would be a big transition. Knighthood. Every time I see this card, I know that, okay, some of you could have been Knight Templars. Wow. Wow. Some of you could have transported like something like the Ark of the Covenant. Interesting that would come through. Mother. So we have mother here, but then mother is again here. You could have been this mother, or this could have been, you could have wanted to save your mother. Maybe you wanted to save your mother in this lifetime as well, and it's very difficult. Maybe you want to be a mother in this lifetime. It could be that as well. I'm like literally getting that some of you had the experience that Mulan had. Like literally almost verbatim. Mother and then father. Yo, this is definitely family orientated from another life, okay? So you'll just have to let the pieces fall where they go. If you have father issues in this life, it's stemming from this other lifetime. Maybe your father was a knight, you know, and your mother had to move because he went off to fight the Crusades. And for some of you, you guys were alive during Genghis Khan time. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing that some of you never met your father in this other lifetime. High priest or high priestess. Yeah. Okay. So this is what it's about. You basically grew up to be a high priestess in this other lifetime. But you were probably a child of somebody that was important to the community. You're on this planet doing the same exact thing, becoming a high priestess yet again. And this doesn't mean that you practice magic. I know that's what that card looks like, but it just means that you are mystical. You are a mystic. You are a seer. You can see things. You can intuitively know things that others don't know. All right. That is the gift that somebody is like triggered by. Okay. They also feel like there was somebody that tried to do some type of magic on your mental space to try to keep your light dimmed, is what I'm picking up on. They didn't want you to shine. They didn't want you to see your own intelligence. Pick a card from the Twin Flame Oracle. They didn't want you to see your own intelligence, your own brightness, how bright you were. Have you ever heard of that? You're so bright. That's like intelligent, right? Okay, so let's see what you know, else this has to do with. If some of you want to become parents, you're going to have that in this lifetime. Some of you already are parents. This is a call to nurture yourself some more and to nurture your children some more, to make sure you're checking in with them, make sure you're asking them, you know, how their day is going, what their life is like. If you are distant from a child, this is a call to connect with them. If maybe sending an emoji, if you feel like that's too much of a strain, you know, think about a phone conversation or repairing that, because something is coming forward to be healed. And it has to do with being either a daughter or a mother or a brother or sister, like a girl, basically a child to a parent. And so, for some of you, your parent wasn't there. In another lifetime, for some of you, the situation was weird. And so you had only one parent or the other. If that's what you went through in this lifetime, then that is a pattern, you guys, to break. That's why I'm saying that whatever this is from the past timeline needs to come forward to heal, so that you can break that pattern, so you don't have to keep reliving it. Who in the hell would want to have the next lifetime be where we don't have welcome in Suju. That's how I'm gonna say her name. It's almost like when you see a pattern develop, whether it's whether you want to call it genetic or not. When you see a pattern develop and you can feel this energy, because I feel it as an energy going through this other lifetime, and it's through a family member, a mother, father, aunt, uncle, sister, brother, family member, could have been an ex-spouse, and it could be children or stepchildren and grandparents. Whatever the situation is, it's followed you into this lifetime. You revealing your light threatens these people for some reason. And I feel like somebody's been trying to keep y'all's love life blocked. So the fact that it's like pick a card from the Twin Flame Oracle completely makes sense to me. Because maybe if your mother or father didn't have love or weren't present in your life, that could be a generational wound that needs to be healed for you to get a partner. Does that make sense? That's why looking at this type of stuff is actually important. People will go, oh, there's like nothing to it, but there actually is. When the patterns continue to repeat themselves, welcome in, Shama Maria. When the patterns continue to repeat themselves, you have to understand you are creating your reality with your thoughts and your beliefs. And if a pattern is continuing to repeat, that means there's a residual from whatever cause, some type of energy. Oh, I'm so glad you subscribed. Thank you. There's some type of energy to be resolved. And when it comes forward, it's not asking you to have to, if you feel like it's too big, give it to God. Be like, God, this is too much for me to handle, all of this energy. But I promise you, if you just heal it rather than run from it, because what these people want is you to deny yourself, you to deny that you are a high priestess, which I know you guys are. You guys hold this strength card, the type of strength that God possesses. That's what's on the inside of you guys. And so it freaks people out. It makes other people feel intimidated. It makes other people want to sacrifice you just like they sacrificed Jesus. So the thing is that this Piscean sacrifice energy is of the old age. You're much stronger. You're not going to let anybody sacrifice you. I do feel like somebody wants you to be like suspended, not knowing where to go, which direction to go in when it comes to your love life. And I think that, you know, you have to listen to your heart and just kind of go with what your intuition tells you when it comes to anybody coming in. But if you don't open your heart up at all and you keep a blockage there, aka past genetic or generational trauma, we can call it a curse or we can not call it a curse. It's whatever you want to call it. It's an unresolved energy. That's what a curse is unresolved energy. 8 of Swords. It could have been too that there was some type of imprisonment. So somebody is trying to, I would just when you start to date, know that your strength is your high priestess ability. I would just literally use your intuition when it comes to people, because there is somebody that wants to see you restricted. When I see this 8 of Swords trapped and restricted, I'm more feeling like trapped in an old cycle or a relationship restricted or a pattern. Like if your mother didn't have love or your father or whatever the unhealed pattern is, that's what I'm picking up is restricting y'all. Like, I don't get that it's Even though, yes, these people are wanting to work against you, it's more of an energy that's just followed you. That's literally what I'm picking up on. And so that's nothing to be afraid of. Already, if it's, see, you have an Ace of Cups. This is the truth of who you are. You do have new love coming in. Once you break this pattern, and I ask that it be broken now in the name of Jesus, whatever is going on here, whether it's, you know, an unhealed pattern of unrequited love from mother to father or any other family member, we cancel and rebuke, and we ask that God intervene and give us divine healing for that, and show us the parts of ourselves that need to be healed, the parts of ourselves that are wounded or that we believe are wounded, because I don't truly believe that we are still wounded, but the parts of ourselves, you know, going back into infanthood that need to be healed, that need that extra cup of love and abundance. So it says new love and feelings, emotional awakening, intuition, spirituality. Sometimes you guys have to go through a spiritual and emotional awakening for you to realize that you deserve the best and for you to actually go after your dreams. 9 of Cups, wishes fulfilled. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Pleasure. See, this Ace of Cups is what you're actually looking for, and this is what the universe has for you, the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Cups. But if you stay in a repetitive cycle or pattern or energy that your parents were in, because it's a family wound or whatnot, then you'll basically just you'll be in that hamster wheel, just going over and over and over and over again, running without having anywhere to go. Does that make sense? Like a hamster in a wheel? Okay. So now that we know that, we can cancel and rebuke all patterns when it comes to our love lives, so we can enter into this state of the Ace of Cups. Okay, so I believe that the Ace of Cups are better than the 10 of Cups due to the fact that the Ace of Cups comes from God. Any of the Ace cards is coming from God. The 10 cards is what you master in the physical world. So like basically the 10 of Cups is a great card, but it's something that you'll master in the physical world, like a family, you know, children, a rainbow, like that's literally what's on the 10 of Cups card. And so the 9 of Cups is still almost to the 10. You're like, and the number 9 is the ending of a cycle right there. So if I look at the natural progression of things, it's from the 8 of Swords, which is a continued cycle, and then to the 9 of Cups. So it's showing me that you will eventually end the cycle. And I feel like it's just going to take you getting out of your comfort zone. When you feel really restricted, like, oh, I don't feel comfortable to do this, go do that thing that you're not feeling comfortable. I'm getting, if you just counteract the energy, see, these people think that you're going to attract in this Knight of Wands energy. Okay. The Knighthood card came out also in the past life deck. So you could have a knight energy following you around. However, this person is not your person, whoever this knight is. Your high priestess ability will tell you that this person is not your person, because knights are fleeting energies, impulsive and immature, hot-tempered, rebellious, charming. Maybe this was your old, like, you know how we have a picker and we are attracted to certain types of, like, sometimes when I was younger, I was attracted to bad boys. Maybe this is what you're holding on to that needs to be released to break the cycle, is your idea of what a partner should be. And if it's based off of a false precept, then you need to reevaluate altogether what it is that you're wanting to attract. That's why I suggest the world, what it is out of the world that you want. That's why I would suggest making a list, going through every type of category of compatibility, from sexual, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, religious, all of that stuff. And then making a list of all of the traits that you desire in somebody. Then when you start to date, if the person that you're dating is not on that list, that's okay. When the next person comes along, a little bit more of that person will be on the list. And you just keep working till you get it right, till you get your manifestation correct. I remember making one of those lists, and years later, I met the person that was on the list. And I was like, holy shit, I had forgotten about this. And every single thing, except for I think them being a billionaire, which is still not a possibility, but everything was on that list. So, and I had done that multiple times. So literally you just have to keep, as you grow and you learn and figure out what you want and what you don't want, You never write what you don't want on the list because that shit doesn't matter. You don't want it. You're not going to focus on something that you don't want, right? So you write down on the list the things that you do want. Okay. So we're going to get some more information out of this Oracle deck on what to do moving forward. Basically, 1, you have a new beginning. Regardless of however this plays out, you're still getting a new beginning. Somebody, you may want to even write on that list, like what is the political compatibility between you and somebody. Maybe political. See, I think that politics are stupid. So I'm not interested in them in the least. I mean, I want our country to do well, but I'm sorry. It's just like straight up not interesting to me enough to keep my attention. So like for the people that are, I don't want to say boring, but the people that it could keep their attention, maybe sometimes people are into that. I personally do not care about politics and political belief, but also I don't want to be with somebody that's a fucking idiot. That's like a weirdo, like these extremist people that are hating on everybody. So I don't hate and I don't discriminate. Like literally, I think that all people should be treated good, point blank, period. And this is why if you have, something that's like a rule or regulation that you feel that you have to follow, especially if you're thinking any thoughts like, oh, if I don't do this, this will happen. Okay. All of those thoughts are secondary thoughts. You're being told to go outside, to spend some time with nature, do some yoga, go for walks, literally spend some time with an animal. And because the thing is also if you guys just sit in your house, you're not going to meet Prince or Princess Charming just by sitting around. And I don't mean to say charming because that last card was charming, but literally you're not going to meet your emperor, empress just sitting around. So you got to leave the house. And then for some of you, it will take you getting onto a dating site. Like I said, this cycle, whatever's been in the family, it ends with me. I would affirm that. This shit ends with me. This is over. Coven. We cancel and rebuke any witchcraft covenants, bonds, agreements, soul ties, and whatever the hell else there is that has to do with that subject. God, we cancel and rebuke that. If any, throughout all history, if any of our family members did anything like that, or ancestors, we cancel and rebuke anything that has to do with witchcraft, covens, secret societies, etc. Okay. Yeah. This is what I'm getting. So what I'm kind of getting is that there is an external force that's outside of your family that was trying to do this to you. Somebody was trying to put some coven. I don't know how maybe one of your aunts or uncles or something pissed off a coven. I don't know how you guys pissed off a coven. Probably just smiling too wide one day, showing too many, past energy. So the suicide spells, the jar spells, papa spells, coffin nails, all that stuff, that is like in the past. That's what these covens were trying to do to you. You've already made it through something. You're basically immune to whatever this magic is. Now when they do it, it just backfires on them. Okay, so is this magic affecting anybody in the family? Yes, I get that it is. That's why it's coming up, basically. Because this is, again, past energy, past life energy. Somebody in another lifetime could have been a part of a coven trying to mess with your Akashic records. Prayer group. Like I said, something weird sexual going on with this person. And I'm not saying that LGBTQ plus is weird, but this person could be, they could be into you and not tell you. Because I do pick up that there is like an ex-spouse or an ex-somebody here that won't go away. And they have followed you from like more than one lifetime. This person is a pestilence. They were lying on you in this other lifetime as well. Okay. Yeah, defamation of character. You may have a defamation of character suit. Literally, people that keep making shit up and they don't know anything about you. Like, it's astonishing to me that people continue to do that. Literally. Okay. So this person could also outsource to one of these countries. Maybe they lied to a practitioner in another country to do this. Okay, so what I need to do is, let me just do something else. Okay, so this magic could be coming from Asia. In this other life, it could be coming from Asia. Could be coming from Antarctica, Australia. Europe and Egypt. That's where it could be coming from. Okay. Well, now that we know that, we cancel and rebuke. Or it could be coming from Africa, but I'm getting from most of you, it's coming from Asia. Really big energy there. Antarctica, I don't know what happened there. Australia, Europe, and Egypt. We cancel and rebuke any witchcraft coming from any parts of the world, basically. Yeah, you were an earth angel in this other lifetime as well. Just like this lifetime, you're still an earth angel. A chosen one, an ascended master. You guys are these indigo children, crystal child, rainbow child, empathic child, psychic, magical children. And the Most High God is intervening, because you do have somebody in divine time. Basically, you have somebody that's trying to remote view your timeline, and they're trying to get there. There is somebody that wants a reader to reveal things about your Akashic records. That's why I'm not going fully into detail about that, because I think that what this person, whoever they are, wants to do is they want to like destiny swipe you or ride you in some type of way. And so, but they need certain information about your soul's journey to be able to try to either replicate that or beat you to the finish line. This person does not understand that if they tried to complete your mission for you, that God would not reward them. God is not going to reward this person for completing your mission for you. Okay. So this person needs to get their shit together. They're doing everything they're doing to try to keep you away from somebody and trying to keep you separated and scared and alone and all this dumb shit. Everything they've been doing with lies and all of that to take your inheritance. These people are stupid. They do not understand that all of this shit is going to be fruitless. Like, they're not going to get anything good from this. Whatever they think they're going to get, whatever they were told by the devil that they were going to get, they're not going to get that. I can guarantee it. So this is why understanding the past energy is important, so that you don't just continue to play out the same cycles. And we cancel and rebuke any fucking dumb ass coven of witches that are doing any type of witchcraft anywhere on the planet, past, present, or future. No, we cancel and rebuke those people in the name of Jesus. The CIA, look, dude, the CIA could be remote viewing you. Why? My God, how fucking nosy people are. Maybe somebody tried to report you, or the cops could be trying to remote view you. You don't even do anything. This is why I feel like this is a waste of resources and a waste of people's time. Point blank, period. You're not doing anything to anybody. You're over here being, maybe it's obviously your light. Your light is what irritates these people. Okay. It's what's got it's like a moth to a flame. You just keep attracting these pestilent ass fucking insects. Literally. But you guys are still getting, a new beginning. So I don't care what these people are on. I don't care what they're talking about. I don't care who they lied to either. Okay. People are not believing that. You're still getting a major change with the number 5 here. This is a positive change. I honestly feel like the CIA is literally finding out that you had somebody wishing ill on you because they're a whole ass bitch. And they were actually the criminal. So God is intervening on whatever this illegal bitches surveillance that's going on here. Because you're dealing with somebody that's wearing a mask. They sold their soul to the devil already. They worship some type of idolic bullshit. And this person's trying to cloak their energy. They don't want, they don't want to see you progress or ascend. That's what this is about. That's why they tried to do this in another lifetime. They thought that they could kill off your ability with suicide spells and shit like that. I don't care how powerful these witches are. They're not going to be able to do anything to you. Yeah, you have the source gods of voodoo and Santeria showing up for you. You also have Norse mythology showing up for you, and Celtic. So, and Greek. So yeah, and Egyptian. So there may be something too when I was picking up on the Egyptian energy. You guys could be children of Ra or children of Sekhmet. Those are two deities that I would most likely not fuck with. Like, not in a, I would just not want to offend them. You guys also could be coming from the star Sirius or Osiris. Osiris. Osiris is another Egyptian god. I was going to say Orion, but Osiris came out. So you could be children of Osiris, the god of the dead. Well, he was a god of something else before he went through that stuff with Set. Okay, so whatever these people have been studying, it's not good, okay? It's not going to, like, when I say it's not going to be fruitful, it's whatever they've been studying is not fruitful. You could have been dealing with a baby mama, baby daddy, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-lover, ex-friend, ex-coworker, or an ex-family member, maybe somebody that ex-nayed you from the family or you ex-nayed yourself, however it went down. You know what? You're really loved. I want you to know that. I want you to know that I love you, and so does God. And so I don't care what your reality looks like, you guys are loved. There should be, if you guys are picking up on any type of suicidal energy, cancel and rebuke that, because that's not your thoughts. You guys are, look, these people, whoever these exes are, they lost their gifts. These people lost their gifts. They're probably pretty upset. Why you're picking up on them projecting their energy is because they're very upset that they lost a spiritual legacy by trying to curse your family and you know what I mean? Oh, thank you guys. Literally, this person has lost something. And I wouldn't wish somebody losing their gifts and abilities on anybody. But if this person abused their power to the point where God had to intervene here and strip them of their abilities, then that, so be it. I mean, what are you going to do? Nobody, I don't have the balls to argue with God to say God made a bad decision, or you could call it the universe, God, the divine realm, whatever you want to call it, higher power. These people were witches and warlocks. That's why they're receiving the wrath of God, because they didn't believe in God. They believed in nature more than they believed in God, not understanding that God functions through nature and nature is a manifestation of God. So anyways, people telling that to a Wiccan, though, they're not going to understand that. You're dealing with witches that love to mess around in MK Ultra mind control programs. Okay, they're doing domination, mentally dominating magic to try to dominate your energy. These people, cancel and rebuke these idiots. Let's say I don't give any consent for anybody to try to control my mind, the way I think, or try to change my heart on anything. What the hell is wrong with people? And I would also say I don't give anybody consent to play in my energy or play in my face either. Because this person's already in spiritual court. This MK Ultra shit, these people are up under judgment. Point blank, period. They really, truly are. And they don't want to admit defeat because they are clearly defeated. You cleansed your space and you kicked these people out of your energy. You guys cut cords. And literally, I'm so proud of you. Because these people were going around telling everybody that you guys are pill poppers and whatever other fucking nonsense. And if you have to take prescriptions, you have to take prescriptions. That doesn't mean that you're a drug addict. People need to get their mental shit together and stop trying to project how they feel on everybody else. Because that's all I'm picking up, is that these people are literally, they're junkies. Everything they want to say about you, this person is doing. This person tried to curse y'all's family to have bad patterns and shit. That's why I immediately lost respect for whoever this ex-coworker, ex-friend, ex-lover. I don't like their energy. And I don't know what they were studying, but it's not going to work. Whatever voodoo they were studying on literally, this person was going to fucking classes, like how to do voodoo on your best friend type shit. I don't like that. That's very disrespectful. Not only do they go learn a bunch of bullshit, but then they go try to teach this bullshit to other people. These people are just coveting you. They want what you have. They want your attention. You're dealing with clout chasers, you guys. People that are copycats, that don't know who the fuck they are. They're having a literal a personality crisis and a mental disorder of not knowing who the fuck they are. These people are also afraid of you getting traction, you getting fame, admiration, attention. Somebody is super upset about that. You could be dealing with somebody that's very insecure. Okay. They don't believe that they are worth anything. And it could be because this MK Ultra shit they engaged in broke their ass down, because that's what it's meant to do. But when it comes to you, you're off limits. These people have, like I just said, they have repressed, forgotten trauma, and they're also missing a vital piece of the information when it comes to you, that you're untouchable, that none of this witchcraft shit is going to work on you, because God knew what these people were going to do before you came into this lifetime. So God put something on the inside of you that makes you immune to this type of crap. And if you were picking up on it empathically, it was not taking you out like it was meant to. This was meant to put a major block so you would never receive a lover, so you would always have rules and regulations that would keep you from being able to love someone or be loved, like ridiculous shit. And this pattern is old. It's been on repeat. This energy has been on repeat and needs to just dissipate now. It needs to change. We're breaking the cycle. It ends with me. That's literally when it comes to this generational curse shit, it ends with me. When it comes to my life, this shit ends with me. If it even was going to affect me, it's ending with me. I'm going to make sure it. And some of you guys have generational wounds of like adoption that need to be healed. Some of you guys have generational wounds of unrequited love, of being left, of having single parent families. Like these are all generational things that whatever it is that's coming forward that just need to be healed. That's all. It's not that you have to go fight the witch and warlock in another life that has followed you into this life that continues to send you the evil eye. That is not how you address the problem. You go within, you ask spirit, okay, is there something that needs to be worked on? Yes. Okay, whatever it is, I allow that energy to come into the energy of God, which is love, joy, and peace. And curses, hexes, and spells and jinxes cannot exist within love, joy, and peace. They don't. So, I mean, other spells do, like the spells that I wrote, those exist within love, joy, and peace, but they also don't fuck with anybody's free will either. So it's just, you have to understand what you put out, you will get back. And sometimes when we get hit with random things that seem like they're going wrong, it's not because we're being punished. It's because we have a cycle or a wound from childhood that we just haven't looked at yet to heal. And by looking at it, we can then move towards releasing it. But if we don't ever look at it, then we're just going to be running from the same truth, and it'll just keep repeating in a cycle. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why uncovering this repressed, forgotten trauma, especially if your popularity and fame is triggering an ex of yours or triggering a family member. I mean, if you're dealing with somebody that just won't let up on you, and I was getting that real bullheaded, like just stubborn ass energy, somebody that just won't give up, like they want everybody to see you in the light that they have spoken about you. But this person has spoken caca. They've said bullshit, and nobody believes what this person's talking about because they know that these people are fucking losers, point blank, period. And I'm sorry if some of that is a family member or whatever. But anybody saying anything bad about you, that you have all these addictions and need to be stopped and whatever, these people do not fucking know you. They need to just stop, literally, because they're making shit up, and it's making these people make themselves look worse than they appear normally. What did I just say about this false narrative, false portrayal, false prophets? You're a real prophet, and your high priestess ability is irritating all of these other false prophets. You could literally just look at it like that. You could also have somebody could have like a neighbor that is really wanting to compete with you, but you're not a competitive person, so you don't even notice this person. Literally. Wow. Yeah, the people who have been having your phone hacked. Wow. The family that was afraid. Yeah, does come after you. I'm so sorry. They were warned not to. Literally. These people have caused their own problems. You're right. Yeah, you didn't go to the crossroads. You didn't make any bullshit offerings. I feel like somebody was all doing this because they wanted to steal something from you. You're dealing with somebody that's money hungry and greedy and desperate. And when desperate times come to desperate measures, you know how the inflation and everything with money has changed. You could just be dealing with a family member that is like, you know what, I'm going to just keep their inheritance. I'm just going to keep this, whatever. They're just being greedy. And then whatever root worker they went to try to control your love life, that was not what they should have been doing with their time. These people should have invested into healing the relationship with you if they ever wanted anything with you. Yes, they got false narratives, false haters. Exactly. That's exactly it. These people, some of these people are very karmic, you know, to everybody. Like when you're dealing with Karens, those people are just karmic, and there's probably nobody in their life that they have good rapport with. Somebody wants you to change the way that you live, literally, to come accept a lesser, like somebody is trying to do root work on your spell work, so you would be forced into accepting a lesser form of living than what you have now. And that is absolutely not going to occur. This person is really about to get slapped the fuck out by your spiritual team. I'm not even forgiving this person for doing this to you. Like, it's bad enough that they want to block you, but on top of that, they have to go to a root worker because you cleanse your space and cut cords with them, and now they can't mooch off of your energy. Like, you've got to be kidding with this shit. This root worker is not going to have any more success than whoever this other person was. And you could be a content creator. You could do something like what I do. You could be out in the boondocks, or you could be by the beach, you know, wherever you're at. I feel like if you want to stay there, you should stay there. If you being creating content has got somebody feeling like they need to put, I'm just going to say this. If you don't have no enemies in life and you don't have anybody that is doing this type of shit, you're not making any traction. And what you're doing is basically, I will just generally say, if you don't have somebody working against you, what you're doing is not important, and people don't give a shit about it. Point blank, period. Not to be, and that's not to be rude. That's just the truth. If I see this type of shit going on, I can tell that you're doing something that's really, really great. Like, literally, whatever this is. You could be a shaman, a prophet, a fortune teller, a healer, whatever this is, it's making an impact on the world. That's why what you're doing is you're causing people to be triggered so that they will heal. But these people, they just understand being triggered because they're stuck in their fight and flight response. They don't understand that you were put in their life to trigger them so that they would heal. Does that make sense? And then also, when you're triggered, it's so that you can heal. So we're all doing that for each other, basically. You've got your whatever content you're creating, whatever this is that you're working on, if it's a book, if it's a song, whatever it is, it's got somebody pissed off. It's got somebody wishing that they would have invested in you when they were around you. These people feel like you left them in hell. Maybe you did. I also feel like it's justified for them to create spiritual injustices for you, which is ridiculous. These people feel that revenge is justified. All right, so we're going to get one card for the future info on the energy on the situation. Because what I get is that God's already intervening. Everything these people did, God's breaking the patterns, breaking the cycles. Whatever they were trying to do is over. So you don't need to worry. This is basically already done. Just continue to cleanse your space. You know, live in the upright. Try to treat others how you would want to be treated, and you're going to attract good things. What would the Most High God do? This is like the future being all in your hands. What is the Most High God going to do? The Most High God is going to support you in whatever creative venture that you're in. And, you know, when you rely on the Most High, you don't have to rely on the physical world, which means your dreams, desires, wishes, and goals will be achieved magically, because the love that the Most High God gives is eternal, and it's unconditional. And God wants to give you everything that your heart's desire. Okay. God wants to give that to you. So you're already in alignment. You just have to be in alignment to receive it when the time comes. Earth sign energy. Somebody is trying to figure out, this earth sign is trying to figure out what God is going to do in your life for finances, because they want to come back in and be able to be a part of it. Continue to work alone until you have somebody that actually comes in with the real offer, but the real offer is not going to be somebody from the past. Okay. Leave people in the past in the past. They don't need to come into your present. You're dealing with people that are just pissed off because you cut them out of your energy. You extracted them, and now they have to live on their own, and they can't use you as a human shield to deflect karma. That's all this is, literally. All right, so what do we need to know closing this reading? 5. A lot of change is coming in. These people can sense it. Yeah, these people are having, if you were having bad dreams, it was because of these people. The Most High God is about to make your dreams real sweet. The Most High God is about to give you dream downloads upon dream downloads upon dream downloads. If you were experiencing any insomnia, that's over. You guys could be having prophetic dreams. You know, when things are very vivid in color and they feel different than a regular dream, make sure you write those down, because God's giving you the instruction through your dreams from what I can see. And somebody is here trying to block that. They tried to block it in another lifetime. And now God has had enough with this person or these people because they keep trying to block it. Yeah, we finished with this shit. That's exactly it. This is basically over. That's why you're on the tail end of it. And literally now your dreams are going to be opening, and you're going to be getting more dreams, and you're going to be asking questions like, what is this about? And these people that had personal vendettas against you, that wanted to see you fail, those people are going to show up in the dream state in some form or another, and you're going to figure out who they are. And that's what these people do not want. Okay, so it says pick a card from the Time Oracle. So we'll finish with that. Yeah, that's what these people do not want, is for you to figure out that you control your own destiny and that you don't need them. You don't need these people for your destiny. It's your fucking destiny. It's not these people's destinies. Okay, not everybody is meant to be a leader and a teacher and a healer, but you are, but not everybody is. And so you have the patience. You guys, to be a healer, you have to be patient. There's a lot of bullshit you'll have to put up with being a healer, but it's worth it. It's worth it to heal yourself, at least. If you don't want to heal anybody else, you don't have to. But you innately, when you heal yourself, you heal the world. The world around you changes. So all these people that were trying to go against your free will, you know, they have a force to reckon with, which is called God. That is the force that they are having to reckon with. And the fact that they're not able to change the way that you think and feel about something with your heart also goes to show that these people are manipulative. That's some MK Ultra bullshit. Who knows how many weak people MK Ultra has infiltrated with their mind control technology and gotten these people to go against their own instincts. It's all going against people's free will. MK Ultra in itself is breaking spiritual and universal law. Not because I'm saying it, but because they're trying to control people's fucking minds. The one thing that God gave us is our mind and the ability to think our own thoughts. That's our free will. If the government's trying to control that for whatever reason, obviously they're in fucking spiritual court. That came out right next to each other. MK Ultra and spiritual court, Judgment Day. So these people are obviously in trouble. You don't have to doubt that. But don't sit around and wait for anybody to get their shit. Just move forward with your life, heal, and know that everything's going to happen in the right time. And sometimes when we don't put expectations on the universe, God will create something much better for us than we could have ever imagined. And that's actually happened multiple times for me. Just like I made that list of a perfect partner, God created something even better for me. So you can have the same thing too. Like, that nobody ever has to get jealous, because if everybody goes to God, most of the time, if it's for you, God is going to immediately put it through because it's for you. These people are not meant to be teachers and healers because they won't heal themselves. If they really wanted to be a teacher or healer, they would have to heal themselves. That's basically what I'm saying. Scorpio time. You could be dealing with an unhealed Scorpio. This person could be stabbing at your solar plexus or your heart with Scorpion energy. It says use your hidden magic October 22nd to November 21st. I don't know why this person's holding a grudge, but they're holding a grudge. Maybe they feel like you abandoned them. Maybe you had to abandon this person for your own mental health. That's up in the air, though. I don't feel like, if there is a situation with the Scorpio that's unresolved, I don't feel like it's completely over, and there may be healing here. Okay. But I feel like it's like whoever this person is, if you ever need them, you'll hit them up. But since you don't need them right now, it's not coming forward. Maybe you'll have an interaction this coming April with this person. I was actually hearing May, but April is pretty close to May. There is something that's happening right now, though. There is something that's changing right now. And it could be your choice, your decision to actively create the reality that you want by making that list of traits that you desire. It says you are running the show and you get to decide. Obviously, you get to decide what type of friends you want, what type of partner you want, what type of family you want. You get to decide. Yes, we were born with the family that we have, or we inherited it through adoption or whatever, but you can create the family that you want, and you can choose which people from your family that you want to have in your interpersonal like reality. I don't feel like these other lifetimes are not achievable for you to clear. I feel like as long as you are aware of them and willing to break the pattern, I feel like it can happen now, literally. It's just becoming aware that there is a pattern going on that needs to be broken. And then boom, you basically just give it up to God and allow God to change it, because it is your choice. You could choose to live out this cycle and compete the patterns that your mother and your father and your sister and your brother and so have, or you can create something new. And I feel like you want to create something new. The emergence of April is new life. That's springtime. That's like things coming to a blossom, confirmation. That's a great time to create. You know, you may go through a hibernation period this winter and basically come out on the other side of it in April, a whole new person looking at life from a new pair of eyes, almost literally confirmation. Okay. So, what was that card that just flew on the ground? October. I thought it was October. So something that, either you did or these people did past October is going to give you the ability to, the witches treat October 31st as the new year. Just let y'all know if you didn't know that. So maybe they were trying to do something to put something in motion for another year to keep you in a cycle. You're breaking free of this. It doesn't matter what they do at any given time. You also could have put some protection up this October. There could have been a moon that happened, maybe a full moon or a super moon. Make sure you pay attention to the moon cycles just to become aware of them, especially when you have energies, and also the retrogrades. To be honest, like the retrogrades I have thought it was spell work before, but then I found out it was a retrograde. So just know that sometimes the planets will do weird shit and the alignments will go all funky and it'll make your energy feel super weird, or there will be a sun flare or solar flare or whatever. This 11/11, there was those northern lights. That's not a normal occurrence. Those northern lights caused a lot of people to feel sick. Like I watched a video about all these people that seen the northern lights in places obviously that the northern lights should not be on 11/11, the 11/11 portal, this November, and they were feeling sick. So just know that everything is relative. You can be affected, but it's not going to be a disastrous. You may feel nauseous for a couple of days, or your vertigo may be off for a couple of days. But when you're feeling these things, instead of just jumping to, oh, it's for sure spell work, I would go and do what I do by asking if there's any planets in retrograde. And then I use my intuition, my yes and no answer. And I go, okay, is there an energy coming from this planet that is, interacting with my system in a way that's uncomfortable? And I get, okay, there is. Okay, what needs to be healed with that? What needs to be released? What do I need to detach from? Don't think that the world is out to get you, because God is for you. What the fuck can the world do when you have God for you? Like literally, God's for me, God's for you. God's for just about everybody. God doesn't want to see people hurt each other, but God does want to see everybody live. Okay. And so that is the difference. That is the love that comes from God, is love that nobody in this planet. And this is why they hated Jesus so much, because the love that Jesus received, not only from Mary Magdalene, but also from God, that love is all encompassing. It fills all voids. It completes all cycles. It heals all wounds. It's the top best baddest, most ass love that ever has existed. And people saw Jesus with that eternal love and peace, and they did not like it because his light irritated the shit out of their demons. And that is what you're dealing with here. You hold a frequency of love, peace, and joy that is beyond comprehension within you. And that's what you tap into when you go within. Anytime that something comes up that doesn't feel good, I would go straight to the mind technique, do the mind technique, get rid of whatever thought or belief it is, and then go within and access that energy, because you've got that within you. Like I said, God put something on the inside of you that makes it so that witchcraft and manipulation cannot work on you. And if it ever worked on you when you were in your south node, you have broken free from that. So that's what the south node is about. When you look in your birth chart, the south node will show you the karmic cycles and patterns that you've been in for however long. And then what needs to be done to break them is where you look to your north node and you go, okay, well, how am I going to get from my south node to my north node? What steps do I need to take? And then those are the steps that will actually break those cycles. So know that anytime you bring something to God to heal, that it will be healed. And just be patient with yourself, you guys. You are bringing forth a beautiful manifestation is what I can see. And somebody is going to be upset about it, but who cares about that? Continue to manifest. Just because, think of it this way. If you're running a race and you're trying to win and you get to the finish line and somebody else gets upset because you got to the finish line before them, are you not going to run the race? Like, continue to run the race. Know that obviously you want to get to the finish line, and it may hurt somebody else's feeling that you get to the finish line. But in the bigger scheme of things, that does not matter. The fact that you continue to run the race and you made it to the end, that's what matters, not how other people feel. So just use your intuition. When new offers come in, use your intuition. Listen to your gut. You have an entire body that's giving all of these, like, communicating with your brain. Your heart is communicating with your brain. Your gut is communicating with your brain, and your brain is communicating with your heart and your gut, all in a way so that you can intuitively pick up the information and go, okay, is this for my highest and best good or not? And if it's not, detach from it and walk away from it, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Until the next reading, peace be with you. You guys have a wonderful day, evening, night, whenever you get to watching this. Okay. God bless you. You guys are very welcome. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Have a good day, you guys.